I'm good.
All right. Call the plan commission regular meeting to order. Thanks everybody for coming. I'm gonna start out roll call members.
Okay. John Miller,
Present.
Barry McManaway,
Present.
Chester online.
Is not.
Okay. Dan Osborne.
Present.
I'm here. John Houghton.
Here, sir.
Jerry Seiler.
Here.
Bob Cooper.
Not.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Not online.
Either. Probably don't even have online.
He's probably having a beer.
I did hear Biden sent electric chainsaws. All right. Stand, pledge the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
Well, there's both, it's not on the agenda, but we have both the October 18th work session minutes and the September 17th regular plan commission meeting minutes. Probably should ask to approve those individually.
Okay, and everybody's had a chance to look at September minutes, September 17th. Everybody's had a chance to look at them. I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
In a second. All right, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed, same sign. Unanimous, approved. All right, the other minutes for the work session,
October 18th.
October 18th. Entertain a motion to approve that as well.
Motion to approve the work session.
And first,
Second.
and a second. So all in favor, the same sign, saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And approved, same sign. I mean, any opposed, same sign. Okay. So we'll. Just for information, let you know, anytime you approve, you make a motion, whatever, or whatever, you don't have to agree, just because you make a motion. If I don't have a second motion, then I carry. So,
I don't know if I did that.
yes, if a motion is made, it's not seconded. It's not, just for information,
It dies.
it does. For a lot of you that may not even know that, I just can put that out, you know, a lot of times you might think you make the motion, so yeah, I'm gonna approve of it. But all right. We have no hearings scheduled. So we'll go ahead with the TRC review
Nothing to report.
and nothing to report there. So we'll go to old business or new business, which I believe you've got something on that.
I do.
Okay, for that application fees.
I do. I'm gonna come up and stand before you all.
All right, you podium?
I don't. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
So the camera can get the full spot on the whole top of my head. Okay, so I'm here today because I am tasked as the building commissioner with doing an annual review of our permit and application fees. Believe it or not, it's been a year approximately since I last came before you with the same thing. Going to work in college for like a year and a half, but this is my second time. And with this, when I'm done, I'm going to ask for a motion of approval for the town council. And then I'll present them with a ordinance that will update this. So first of all, this is this page on front, the short page. This is the application fees. And if you can see a majority of those that were at $170, I'm asking for a $15 increase to cover the actual cost. That is about approximately $183.99. The reason for the increase of those fees is to start with postage went up. Actually, postage went up. When I submitted the other one, I didn't realize it was going up. we were covered, but not now. Publishing legal fees have gone up for when we publish every legal notice for the BZA and Plan Commission. As with everything, inflation went up on all of our paper, envelopes, supplies, toner, all those things go into it. And even what's paid for my mileage, I get paid mileage, I drive my own vehicle, and that's increased also. So those increases have resulted in it cost me $170, now it's $183.99. That gap right now is being picked up as a burden by the taxpayers versus the applicants. So first of all, I'm proposing that we raise the fees that are listed here. Variance of development, special use variance. The two that are in blue, I left out last year. So for vacations, meaning vacating property, and for replat. And then there's subdivision, those were added, so those costs are the same. We actually ended up getting a replat this year where there's only one, but the old fee was $50. So we ate the rest of that. That's corrected now. And that includes subdivision replats, minor subdivision remains the same, major subdivision and PUD remain the same. And then rezoning requests are also going to go up to $185. PUD is blank for a cost because since I've been here, I haven't dealt with one. So that's where the fee was set at previously. I have no basis to either increase or decrease it.
PUD usually costs us more money too, is that covered?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll have an opportunity to have one someday. On the next page, I have our permit fee structure. And just the three that are highlighted in red, I propose to increase. And the reason for the increase on these three is next carports and open porches. Believe it or not, that's ate a lot more of my time dealing with those things. You think they're little, but they take time. So I propose going from $75 to $80 on those to cover my cost. Demolitions were set at $50. We don't get a lot of demolitions, but we get enough, and they also consume a lot of time. Depending on the case, it can consume a great deal of time. And then we haven't dealt with this yet, and this is a guesstimate. So large-scale solar energy systems, that occupy basically 1 acre to 10 acres of ground. That was at $100 previously. It's gotten more complicated. So I'm just picking a number I think is probably going to actually maybe low, but I don't know. But I'm asking to increase that one $300, but I just don't know about that. I think that's a fair point to start, and when and if this happens, we can adjust accordingly if we need to. So those are the increases I'm asking for our application and permit fees. And I would ask that you consider this, and if you so choose to vote favorably to recommend this to the town council. Thank you.
Can I comment on any of this?
You can.
I like to comment. I think the increases are too low. I mean, if you're going from 75 to 85, why not go to 100? And you know, what was the other one? You went from
50 to 75.
50 to 100. I mean, the increases are just basically trying to cover
They
the
cover
increase in cost. So, I mean,
Well,
that's my opinion.
So, and I appreciate that, but again, it gets reviewed on an annual basis.
it's annual.
So if I see a need for an increase, then I can propose that in the next meeting.
Demolition,
I'm-
most times.
I'm open to whatever you all would like to see, but that's the reason
Right.
I didn't go any
As
higher.
far as the demolition itself, because most of your permits, you tear a house down, put another house in, you don't get demolition. Because it's covered under the whole permit to build the house. Used to be.
Demolition permit's a separate permit from a construction permit. You need a permit to demolish and then you need a permit to rebuild.
You like that all the time, Kevin?
It's,
Used to be when you got a permit to tear a house down, put one back. And the only time you got demolition, but if you demolished it and did something else, property or waited so long.
right, you didn't
Is
get,
that,
you didn't get charged for demolition if you were also doing the project.
Yeah.
It wasn't two separate fees, it was one fee per project, but if you just went and demoed something, then there was
Then
demolition.
another demolition. It was never separate.
Same as it like it is with a roof, you know, there's a roof fee if you just do the roofing, but there's not if it's part of a building, so it's how it's.
that hasn't been the practice since I've been here
No,
and prior to me.
Just clarify, which has not been the practice.
Practice has not been to group those together. It's been to keep those separate.
Yeah. Okay.
Demolition versus a building permit.
How many demolitions have been this year? No, okay, roughly.
I don't. I would have to go back and look at the report.
I think I had. My old garage.
Mhm. And you did demolition permit and a building.
You have to get a separate permit. Strange. Well, if I have any more questions? I don't guess we gotta vote on this, because it's just gonna be pretty much what you're gonna.
Do a motion to rest. A motion
To recommend.
A motion, yes, a motion to
Recommend.
recommend these application and permit fee increases to the town council.
I so move.
Second.
First and second, all in favor, sign saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. You opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Is there any purpose for that separation on the demolition? Because I know it didn't used to be that way. I don't know why they were separate. I know you had a private, like it was, you had a demolition for when just to demolish. Demolish a house or a barn or whatever. But never had to have a separate one when you was demolishing the building or that.
Well, every time we do permit,
Huh?
when somebody either demolishes something with by permit and or builds something by permit, it needs to ultimately, that's a record too, that the assessors are going to use on property.
And
So what if you decide to demolish a house this year and wait 2 years and then decide you want to
that
build?
was the reason you had to have a permit, because it wasn't built back in a certain amount of time. Your permit would run out in 2 years anyway.
So I don't know, we don't specify a certain amount of time. I don't see anything about that being grouped together in any of our ordinances or a reason to group that together in our ordinances.
It was a practice for the last building. But whether he was doing right or wrong, then.
Your last building commissioner was Jenny.
Well, it's interim. But I'm not done that. All right. We've got citizen input. Got a crowd here. Speak up.
Speak up before we go home.
Put it on. All right, moving on. Commissioner and members' concerns or input.
Sound deadening on the door across the hall.
Two more things to look at.
I would note on that they are remodeling some in there.
Yeah.
And they plan to move back. So their living room area is immediately inside the door. That'll be a training area and they're gonna move back. Excuse me, their social living quarters, living room is gonna move back to the next building over.
Oh, nice.
Or next room over to help. That'll reduce some of that sound as well.
Oh, they're watching TV.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody needs a hearing test.
No, any other
Yes.
concerns, I
You
entertain
do
a
anything
motion
about
to,
that?
I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? same sign. Okay, aye.
Not 15 minutes.
So we're adjourned?
Yeah, I got